Hey everybody, happy 4th of July. It's me, Cheffalina. Ain't seen y'all in a while. Figured I'd come on here today and talk to y'all, tell you what I've been doing, what I've been going through, therefore, and you know what I mean. Anyway, um, yeah, I've been going for a while. I haven't been really doing any videos lately. I just haven't really been in the mood. Just things going on in my life, and tomorrow is my mom's birthday. And if anybody watched my previous videos, they know I talked about my mom passing this year. And I think the last time I was on here, I was going to my cousin's funeral down south in Atlanta. And like I said, she was really close with my mom before she passed. Just talking back and forth with her on the phone. And I don't know. I just felt compelled to go because, that was my cousin and I loved her. And I haven't really done anything. That was May. Um, I haven't done, I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood, Sometimes you get like that. And I have been doing a couple of things though, just to let y'all know. I've been running back and I was running back and forth to New York, Manhattan. I met a chef online actually. Not online, but on Twitter. And she always followed me back maybe over a year ago, whatever. Chef L. Simone of She Chef. Check her out. She does a lot. She's from Detroit, but she's a chef she lives in Brooklyn. She works out of New York or whatever. And I just happened to meet up with her maybe the end of May. She came here for the Roots Crew picnic. And we actually went out, me and her friend went out to brunch or whatever. She's really a cool person or whatever. And she turned me on about a private chef job in New York, and I actually went back and forth for a minute to Manhattan, and I actually didn't get the job, but I think it was because of the distance. They wanted something more local, me to be more local or whatever, and just been looking for a job since then, hustling, struggling, trying to get my thing together, but I'm okay. Been tested a little bit. My faith has been tested, but, through trials and tribulations, good is a good outcome. Like anytime I have adversity, it always turns into prosperity or something good. So even a friend of mine told me that years ago, it was like, the worst thing can happen to you and then it'll turn right around and turn into the best thing. So I'm still going to keep the faith. And, day by day, I still feel like it's a struggle. Back when I was a little kid and I used to go to church with my grandmother, it was a little young girl that used to sing a song called Uphill Journey. And I used to really love this song. It's an uphill journey. You gotta keep climbing all the time. It's the journey. Uphill journey. It's the journey. But anyway, and I used to tell my mom, I always like this song. It always make me feel some kind of way. She was like, oh, that's this Holy Spirit. Like you're not hooping and hollering and jumping around, but that's your way of feeling the spirit of what they're saying or whatever. But anyway, so I'm just going through that right now. I've been trying to keep up with the shows. My most important show for me right now is Power. Bondi Blue is reviewing that or whatever. She does a great review. She's so funny. I'm hoping to make it to the blackout. I want to go because I want to meet Rox and I want to meet Bondi and it's just so many of them. It's like everybody I want to meet and Alex Rogers, but I think he said he's not coming because he'll be working. But I was in New York and I was thinking about him, Alex Rogers, while I was there. I was like, I wonder if he lives near here or whatever. Because when I went over there, I'm not going to lie, it was so congested and just a lot of people. And the traffic never stops, even when the light is green, red, whatever. You just got to dart across the street like Frogger. And I was just like, this is a lot, but it was a good pay or whatever. But it just didn't work out as far as the distance. They would rather for me to be local, like I said. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, my son didn't make it through the 9th grade. Anyway, he didn't have to go to summer school, which I think he should have, but I said I'm not paying for that, and you should have did it during the year and whatever. But I think now he kind of got it together, and he sees that it's not a joke, and he really has to do well. Like, it's one of the top schools in Philadelphia, like one of the top 5. Like, they don't play with you in there. You need to really show what you know and stop being an airhead. So I think he got that together. I'm still feeling like I want to move. I want to move down south to Atlanta with my my family is. I have family in Philly too, but I just feel like I want to be around more trees and greenery, and I'm starting to get a feel for you know how it is down there. When I go to visit, but visiting and living there is two different things. So me and my son always sit down and talk, and I'm like, listen, there's no reason for me to stay here if you're going to be messing up in school. Like, you begged and pleaded to go to this school. You got into this school. Now you need to keep up your end of the bargain, or we can move down south and you can do crappy crap down there. We don't have to stay here. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of letting you ride out your 4 years of school and sacrificing me wanting to just up and move, because why not? It's opportunities in Atlanta as well as it is in Philly. I'm just kind of getting burned out from Philly. But I can say this. Sometimes you say things like I kept saying, oh, Philly, I don't like it. No, I was born and raised here. Being in New York in the hustle and bustle of, okay, let me get this straight. Downtown and Midtown, it's two different things. Then Port Authority was at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. But then I had to go to some other addresses, and it was like, oh my God, and it was just so, it is fast paced. So, I mean, unless you are rich and can be driven around, that, which doesn't stop the traffic. That doesn't mean that the traffic is not going to be back to base. It's just like bumper to bumper. Like, no matter where you go, it's bumper to bumper. So it's better to catch the train down there. And then, the train experience wasn't a bad one. It was pretty good. I did get on the last train that I took out of there, and I didn't go back because that was the last time I went there before I found out I didn't get your job. It was a lady on there, and her feet, like, first of all, she stank real bad, and her feet looked like she had on a pair of shoes, and she didn't. Anyway, so it just was crazy. But all in all, it was a good experience. You live and you learn. You just never know, what's going to happen, what's going to come your way or whatever. I have my high times and my low times because I feel like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm not doing nothing right now, whatever. But it's always something to do. It's always a way to make money or whatever. And I think maybe this is God's way of showing me that, maybe you don't just need to sit around waiting on somebody else. You do need to get out there and try a hand at your own thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you said you wanted to do. You don't want to waste too many years working for somebody else when you went to school to do your own thing. But it's just a little hard, But I'm keeping the faith. I'm keep on pushing. My son does have a little summer job with his uncle, landscaping, which is good. Let me see. As far as the shows, Love and Hip Hop. I think the last time I actually watched it, it's when I didn't see last week, but it seems like Young Jock and KD is still doing their thing and just being silly. Rashid and Kirk, I don't even know that. What is it? Carly Red was gossiping with Jessica Dime, and I think the last thing was Mimi, Margot, and Ariane sitting down and talking about it, and Margot just still saying how it was Mimi's fault and she's this and she's that, the scum of the earth. I can't handle respect for you. And I did see that. And Ariane was like, okay, you got to go because you're doing too much or whatever. But it's just all crazy. I don't understand. Like, Nico is the center of all of their problems. Not Ariane so much, but I don't understand it. Stevie, I don't know. I still feel like Stevie and Mimi are moving towards, they're going to say, even if they don't actually have sexual contact, I feel like he's going to put his sperm in a turkey baster and they go squashy, and she's going to have a second baby for him. Jocelyn may leave him if he does that, but then again, they may not. And, Jessica Dime coming for what's her name? Jocelyn, Celine, telling Carly Red that, oh yeah, I did this and that, and she used to pay me to do this and that. And I think what Jocelyn told her, I heard you was dropping bombs or whatever, because she was like, you can't drop a bomb on me because I am the bomb. You better get it straight, Celine. You better get it straight. You better get a straight, Celine. So anyway, I can't even think of nobody else or whatever. The Braxtons, I was reviewing that, but I didn't have a big viewer return. Like I didn't, a lot of people wasn't watching it. So just regular stuff. Trina going through her divorce stuff. She's dating a little chocolate chip, which is odd because you know her and Tony had those men that don't. I don't know. I think Carrie is black. I'm not sure, but Gabe wasn't. But Gabe is a form of animal. I don't think he's a no nation. he he Doberman Pinscher. That's what he is. Roof. But anyway, and Tamar and her shenanigans, like that stuff that happened with her and her sisters when they got on stage or whatever. And out of everybody, her and Trina are having the worst time with that. But Trina was the one who said, I don't think she's gonna like this. 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 But Tamar never wants to hold accountability. And speaking of Tamar, how many